All right, I think this will work for a moment. I Good morning, everyone. I misplaced my mic connector, so I'm searching for that right now. Oh, it was just blending into the couch. Okay, good. Let's Let us attach. Dun 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 dun. Go. But welcome, Pixie. Good morning, good morning. How have you been doing? Hope you've been having a good day. Good weekend. It's Monday already. I'm in a new apartment. I'm in a new apartment. Um, Let me switch to mic. Okay, that should work. All right, we should be on the good sound now. But look, we're moving in 30 days. Well, congrats. I hope it goes as well as my move. New internet as well. Hello, Nammers. Good morning or good evening. Yeah, we're in a new apartment and new internet, so should have a much better connection. I'm curious to know if it already feels different for y'all. It should be a better connection. It's been stable at the highest speed, so I'm excited. And we got a lot to do today. My notebook. Yes, we're going to start on Lorien today. His bones are broken. He's got some broken bones. Broken bones. Better lighting too. Oh, indeed. Yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't want to set up the ring light again because, man, it really does strain my eyes after a while. Like, if I ever get back to VR, I need that imp. They're available. I'm very pleased with how the imp came out. Uh, and I'll probably be trying to add more as time goes on. And I had a brain blast of an idea. Grab them up. I had a brain blast of an idea for a lot of people have been wanting for me to open like classes, but I've kind of struggled with that idea. Or to like do courses and teach and stuff, which I'm down for courses, but I've been struggling with the idea of like actually setting aside time out of my week to teach people. But what I'm thinking is, still the right. No. I feel like it's looking right at me. Oh, it must be off center in here. Makes more sense. There we go. Okay, now it's centered. Like it's looking straight at me. But So what I'm thinking is that for anyone that would like for me to teach them how to do certain things, I would be happy to collaborate on Gumroad projects. So in exchange for teaching you how to make something, you can help make something for my general goal of D&D stuff, and I'll teach you how to make it, and then we'll just split Gumroad fees at the end. So I'll be like I don't know, like I can't really. Hard for me. It probably depends on how involved I am, right? So, so for that sounds amazing. I want a fairy. Well, if you are interested in making a product, I will help you make that product for a percent of the sales at the end, and then it's cool because I think we could do larger projects that way. Like I imagine as I'm trying to push this D&D stuff, we're waiting on Unity to load, by the way. But also, good morning, Diggy. Hello, good morning. Yeah, I think like it would just be let's find something cool we both want to make. If it helps with like D&D projects, that'd be awesome. Because I could imagine a bunch of people making like medieval assets or whatever. Um, I have time in January 2025. Fair. But perhaps there's someone here that, like, if there is someone else that wants to make a fairy asset, we could all just kind of pool our energies to focus and like make something, and then people can contribute. I feel like that's very scalable on like a individual level. It's like someone only needs a little bit of help or a lot of help, but depending on how much investment, we can just make a little contract and do something. So definitely anyone, any potential artist, anyone who wants to make things, I'm going to open up that offer, and I'll probably do an announcement. So it's like, if we pick a project, I will teach you how to make that in exchange for us splitting profits on a Gumroad project. I work session work. So I'm on a 4-month work session. Gotcha. Well, hopefully it's going well. Hopefully it's not too much. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to adjust the brightness on my other monitor really quick. Menu. Move that up. There we go. That's much better. And S. S for exit. Cool. All right, I'm back. Zoom, hello, welcome, good morning. It's my boy. Not that word. Season, like summer, winter. Gotcha. Also, just hopping in to say hi before I go back to sleep. Well, good evening. Namor is having a lazy day. No, the Namor's sleep schedule is like totally inverted. Oh, and that spam message is still all over Discord. Oh man, I thought I had gotten them. Oh, I see. They did that in like every channel. Gosh, dang it. I banned him. Shouldn't that clean up all his comments? Oh, all right. Well, let me just get rid of him right now. Delete. And I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna make you a mod, Namers. You got to toggle that on when you ban them. Nope, messages stay unless you have bots to do. Okay, gotcha. I do have Carl bot. Carl. Oh, no, he's a channel in my thing. Whatever. Okay. I'm feeling lazy. Boom. Delete. Okay. So much clicking. Where's my AI bots? Open interpreter. Please. Okay. We're good now. I am your shield. Oh, thank you, Namor. You gotta toggle that on when you ban them. No messages stay unless you have bots do. Gotcha. All right, let's take a look at what's going on with Lorian here. So, mensages. Oh, you got the touch effect working. Good. So far, the new internet seems awesome. Barely a delay on comments, too. Hey, that's super good to hear. It should be much better because the other one was not fiber, and now we're on Fibre. All right, so hit block. Upgrades. Good night, everyone. Hey, enjoy the rest of your evening, Namorous. Get some good rest. We'll see you in a few, I suppose. Upgrades, people. I never actually watched that. Head and hip feet have too much distance between it, making it impossible to line up with a normal human body without any issues. Calibration view, I can see exactly how much Lorian's body overextends. Oh, okay. The legs are too long. Gotcha. I feel like the eyes are in the wrong spot. Your head should be way lower. Sorry, I'm going to open some of these in the other image so we can see. Yeah, so this seems to me that just the legs are way too long. This distance here. But also your head. Gotcha. Wait, is this Resonite? This is Resonite, isn't it? Yeah, that's Resonite. I feel like if the avatar just scaled down a little bit, it'd be fine. And then, yeah, that's weird. Funny. There's a line of glitter here. So yeah, very clear that the chest is getting pushed down. Okay, then let's take a look at Lorian's FBX settings. Maybe one of these bones is assigned incorrectly. Rig, configure. Oh, that is a problem. That might be the whole thing right there. This is the wrong root. Hips should be this one. That could have been it. It's tough because I don't have full body to set up. I need to get lighthouses again. This may have been the whole thing right here. As for the Resonite one, I think you need to scale the head on the Resonite body. So looking at the, I'm a happy test subject. Die! But my guess is the headset here, when you're putting this on, first is I think there's a misalignment on the eyes. Good morning, Arctic. Hello. Look, my new apartment. Well, you can't really see it that well right now, but we're in a new place. We got a couch over here. We got a lot of space for people, though. Don't just be me for the most part. I'm gonna turn it into a little streamer backdrop. But so for Resonite, I think this may just be how you set it up. I'll do some testing on Lorian. Got pushed away in Resonite. I can fix it, but the hips are in the wrong spot. It's right here. Lots of space for Kitty to nap. She's not here with me yet. I keep actually looking around, going like, "Oh, where is she?" And then I'm like, "Oh, she's up with my brother." She may be here eventually, but at the moment, no. Okay, I see. I do want a cat really bad though. I'm like sitting here like, okay, well, if I don't end up with Lux in a little while, then I will go get a cat. I want an animal. I want an animal. Give me an animal. Okay. So this is a really small thing, zoom, but it could make a big difference. Main problem for Resonite is simply the fact the legs are so long. There are quite a few options to rescale things, but relative positions remain. Yeah, so here on this one, I think that your body relative to the character is still too big. Like even if even if I fix the legs, I bork the head, and if I fix the head, I bork the legs. Gotcha, gotcha. Hello, Jack. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, let me see. I can show you guys some of the screenshots from our last D&D playthrough. We did a test on Friday for D&D in VR. Where would those be? User, pictures, pictures, Resonite. Yeah, so we look so bizarre. Oh, my name tag's covering up Sky. But yeah, so we did a little play test with a few people, Electro, Nami, Sky, and me, and we ran around in Resonite. Um, this is such a funny shot. I'll have to get a better camera, but it was really cool. We just kind of did a little simple playthrough, and I'm looking forward to doing some more testing soon. Have you seen the updates to Unreal Engine? You can rig in that program now. Yes, they do seem to be heading towards being the most feature complete. It'll be hard for them to compete directly. I don't. What's funny to me is like because Blender is open source, they could totally just integrate the entirety of Blender in Unreal. Remember the Goblin gift coming by? Terrifying moment. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna only make one change to this whole character, and then I'd like you to test in VR chat with this one. So let me go through that again because you can either actually no, I'll just send you this as a Unity package. Just the one object, please. It always does this. Um. Hmm. Why? Why? Doesn't want to export. Hmm. Hey, Volpc, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Volpc. Welcome, welcome. Not really. Blender is GNU GPL license. If Unreal were to directly integrate Blender, they have to put that part of their engine under the same license. MetaHuman is pretty realistic too. Saw a company making a fake K-pop idols band and it looked real AF. Yeah, I think the benefit of working with like a standard model like that with MetaHuman is there's a lot of benefits to that. Hey, great models. Thank you, Volpsy. Super appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, right now we're going back doing some tweaking to the bones of our boy here. um and just making sure he's working properly. So like they could do it, but I'm not sure they want to open source Unreal. Yeah, I wonder how I bet you could do it because I know that there are actually some add-ons for Unreal that already do that where they take the entirety of Blender and they inject it directly into Unreal Engine. So I do wonder what the licensing on that because I've seen there's like there's one add-on for Unreal where it's like, oh, you can use geometry nodes in real time in Unreal Engine, which is pretty interesting. And I believe they to do that they just inject Blender straight into it. All I want are furry models for Unreal Lol. We get the good fur. What would be the problem with the root setting? Lorian definitely seems to be functioning correctly, except for the disproportions, which do seem to be working as intended, just simply not perfect. What is that? Cute. Hello, Pixie. So this is Zoom's character, Lorian. As for the misassignment, so the hip tracker could be in the right spot, but if the bone's not assigned properly, that can be a big issue. It can change how it's getting tracked. Because you're mentioning like hip lock, and that could definitely be a big part of it. Cute. Well, thank you, Pixie. Thank you. Blender can do remote control previously. Resonite, for example, will detect you have Blender installed, and if it finds it, just uses that install for integrations. They're integrations, but Blender itself isn't bundled with it. Do you mean like FBX exporting? So it locked to a bone too high up or something? I think it may have just been that like it didn't adjust the hip position in this example here. So in this image right here, my guess is that the hips should be getting moved down, but they're not. Like your chest is getting tracked fine, but the hips are not. And so it's not moving them down with the rest of your torso. That could be one of them. Resonite can just import .blend files directly if you have Blender installed. Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. Well, I was doing that before. I guess it makes sense that it wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise. And back to this guy. Avatar emulator, enable, play. Oh, it does feel weird hopping back and forth between like working very directly in VR with everything to using an editor like this. It does do FBX as an intermediate format though. That's lock both option, which means it's not allowed to shift down. Lock both option. Wait, didn't I add my emulator? It is enabled. It is enabled. Oh, I am still waking up, y'all. Okay. It's also add-ons that bridge Maya with Blender and connect materials. It's so nice what's possible nowadays. Yeah, I understand that. I hope you'll be able to make VRC avatars and worlds from inside Resonite at some point. That seems to be heading that way. Seems to be heading that way. I mean, with further Blender integrations, I think something like that could be doable. Actually, that totally reminds me. There is a multiplayer Blender add-on. We'll have to mess around with that at some point. That could be really fun. All right, so I won't be able to check there. How do I don't have full body tracking. How am I going to be able to test this? VR chat, full body tracking world. I believe there's a world where you can test stuff. VRC avatar testing world. Test chamber. Yeah, avatar testing chamber. Okay, perfect. VRC has an option to lock both, which makes the head and hip bones forced to remain where the tracker is. The distance between the two is less than the length of the Avi. That scrunch happens. Yeah, and what I'm saying is that I think that distance might be being calculated wrong. At some point in the future, Resonite will get the ability to directly access mesh data. Once we get that, I assume there'll be lots of cool mesh editors built in game. That would be super cool. I would be so interested in that. That's when things in my mind would get. But once we have full shader control and full mesh control, then I mean, there's just no limits at that point, I guess. You just do everything in there. Of course, it would take probably a year or two for good tools to develop. All right, so we're going to upload the character and go to this testing chamber in VR chat and see if that is a good way to test the tracking. I'm actually already planning on building something similar to ProBuilder once we get Mesh DSP. Okay, cool. Do you know how far down the road that is? Oops. I feel like you could. I mean, if there's already Resonite links to Blender, and you do get those mesh editing capabilities, I really wonder how easily you could integrate those things. It's a bigger task and not prioritized right now. It's also blocked by some other large tasks that need to be implemented first. Gotcha. Oh. Sorry to yawn. And paste that there. Okay. We're in. Kudos to everyone who knows how to program, though. I wish I knew better. How to better program. It's just very useful all the time. Just actually a useful thing. Okay, so we'll upload and then we'll hop in and test. Build and publish. Nice. By the way, this is what I've managed to put together this weekend, but the texture/UV map is only half filled, so need to make one more. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. Arctic's going to town making these mimics. These are really cool. Great stuff. I want to imagine what will be long before we can just watch you sculpt Abbeys in VR. That would be so amazing to all of us to be in VR and we're just making things. For the immediate future, I hope focus will be on improving runtime and network performance. Fair. Oh, wow. Now let's go, Arctic. That is awesome. So good. I've been really enjoying the multi-res workflow, so I will. Arctic, were you? I was mentioning a little bit ago about collaborative products. I don't know if you're ever interested in that, but I just was wondering if you were here when I discussed that. But I just want to open for anyone out there who is looking to learn how to make Blender. I'm happy to collaborate with you on making Gumroad products. So if anyone wants to learn how to make these kinds of things, we'll pick a project. I'll help you make it, and then we'll split the sales at the end. Technically, there's already a collaborative mesh render that was made for this year's MMC. The way it accesses the mesh data is quite cursed and very brittle, though. One vertex at a time, in a big list. All right, so we uploaded. Now let's go ahead and hop in. But anyway, I say that as well because if anyone outside of looking for the teaching program, I'm hoping to, if we do all start making a bunch of assets together, it would be fun to put those together like into a bundle we could put on Gumroad. So like we all have, we all make like a bunch of enemies or weapons. We could put together a little weapon pack for Gumroad. Just making stuff for fun and practices. You're the one doing all the work, making it usable. Well, I'm happy to do that, especially if you know, my hair looks like more red or blonde. Funny. Just Just loops through every single vertex, every single tick. No biggie. That's how computers work normally, right? I smell something burning. There we go. Launch Steam in desktop mode. Wait, launch over here. Launch in this window. No! Why does it want to be in this window? Dang it. Make this my main display. There we go. There we go. Okay. Try that again. But I think it moved everything over. It's called the juicer. The mesh importing part breaks any update and it's heavy, but the sculpting features work. It's a small glimpse of the future. What will unlock eventually though. That is so cool to hear. I'm already having so much fun. So again, last Friday when we did this D&D test, it was so cool because we got a bunch of people in and we started like building out the world, like painting rocks, painting brushes and stuff, or rocks, trees, and you could just imagine how easy that would be. Like, I would love by this Friday if we could get like 10 people in and we all just go, okay, time to build out this world. And we just sketch it out in less than 10 minutes. Less than an hour even would still be fast. And we could make a whole little environment. It seems quite doable. Seems feasible. Anyway, exciting stuff. That's the kind of, those are the kinds of things that get me super invested in VR. That would just be a magical experience for me, to be honest. Okay, there we go. Bum, 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 bum. It's down a little. Hopefully that's not too loud for y'all. Let me know if that's too loud. One thing, especially for D&D, that could work well is playing with scale. Have the world built out on small pieces on a table where you stand around and look down in between turns. It is actually almost exactly that easy in Resonite, which was blowing my mind. It's like once you get one of those grid snappers down, it's so easy to start setting up things and snapping things together. And during the turn, the player gets shrunk and put in the playing field to make their actions while the GM is still watching large from above. I could use help with drivers. For what kind of drivers? For a Resonite or? Not too loud, but the sound does give me slight PTSD. I wish I could turn it off. I could turn it off just completely. Okay. The chest is not broken at all right now. We'll go to worlds. Testing chamber. Avatar. Actually, yeah, this one. And we'll make a new instance. Invite. Yeah, I'm oh, that was fast. Must have already had it loaded. But yeah, really hoping to get some D&D worlds fleshed out. And I've been thinking more about like, oh, how do I make how do we flesh out the world in a nice way? So I'm probably going to come up with a list of like tasks basically. Oh, there he is. Look at there he is. There's the boy. Did it dance for me. Oh. I'm gonna step down. I can't move. Help me. I'm stuck. Doris. Still says third person controls. Probably still broken. All right. That was annoying. Avatar pickup. Toggle avatar. Oh, go for it. Pick you up. Ah! Interesting. Well, I was hoping for more full body stuff to check. Check them out, but I don't see anything. Join colliders, blah blah blah, falling animation. Okay, well, balls. Okay, then I'm a little concerned because I won't be able to test as fast as I would like on the character here. Let's see. VR chat. Emulate full body. Test. Okay. Perfect. Maybe there's something in this, the emulator. Default to VR. For making VRC avatars, can you hot reload the avatar file? Do you have to reboot the game every time? Reboot every time. You can't make changes to, you probably know this already, but you can't make changes to worlds. None of the changes you make to a world while you're in it save. Like that's just not how it works in VR chat. Resonite's the only program I know that you can actively change the world in a permanent way, which is super cool, to be honest. But I assume you would know that, but unless you're a Resonite, do you play VR chat at all then? Most people I talk to are on the VR chat side of things. So I'm kind of curious what your perspective. I'm aware about that. Just hoping at least have it running in the background, see changes immediately. No, I tried it like twice in VR. Gotcha. No, yeah, it's honestly quite hard to work with VR chat, and there's so many things about their systems that feel like hacks. Like there are no items in VR chat, so if I have a sword on my avatar, basically only I can interact with that sword. You have to like hack it in. Basically, it's really annoying. Both times I got immediately insulted and cussed out within like 5 seconds of joining a public world. Yeah, that sounds about right. T-pose station. Okay, let's try this again. Fake VR or desktop mode. Default to VR. And I can tell it how many trackers we have. Okay, so let's see. That does stuff. I might switch it back to the wrong route just to see if that makes a difference. Not too much to change here. Let's see if we have head, hands, hip, and feet. T-pose. Pose, please. He doesn't want a T-pose. Here we go. Head, hands, hip, feet. IK tracking output data. Animation tracking. Did play VR chat ages ago, but before I knew about Resonite's predecessor, but it felt like it threw bricks in my way every step of the way trying to make content for it, so I eventually gave up. Fair. I've certainly I don't disagree with you there. A lot of things like, oh, I want to make this thing, and there's just some obtuse challenge there, some random barrier. Give me full control. Give me full control. Okay, well, I don't see the chest collapsing, so that's good. But don't know what else to do there. Not sure if you can see this chat. Hello, Lucius. And if you can, I was wondering what app you use to collect Twitter chat. I am using Restream. So I'm using Restream, which is a multi-stream service. So I'm on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Where else? I was hoping to be on Instagram, but Facebook and YouTube. So those are the main platforms that I'm on. It's nice. Sometimes I do miss things though. Sometimes messages just actually won't come through. But howdy, welcome. I'm on Restream too. Didn't know they combined chat for you. Yes, you need I have OBS, and then there's a Restream add-on, I guess, or something like that. I think it was built in actually. But all I did was switch the OBS to use Restream instead of Twitch, and it gives me the whole chat. It seems like it's built for it, but yeah, best of luck. Best of luck. All right, so I can't test the full body tracking, which is no good. No good at all. Well, hello, welcome to the Twitch side of things. Sad Sam noises. Womp womp. Let's see what else. Okay, so the head and neck push down the shoulders a noticeable amount. I want to try myself at streaming sometime soon as well. I did put a bunch of work into a custom multi-chat last year. Well, heck yeah, it's very fun. I enjoy it. It works well for what I do, which is make avatars and stuff. So it does work nicely. So where I test my full body if I had it. Wait, okay, so you're getting these just without it? Or you just you have full body. I'm getting confused. I was like, you don't have full body, then how are you getting these airs? um No, you're totally fine. Brain fart. He's just jokestering. How dare you? I ended up making a single stream before Twitch changed their TOS and banned multi-streaming. That kind of ate away motivation, but since that's allowed again, I'll try once more. Still have the code. I really want to get more Resonite integration with this stuff. Good morning, Corn. Hello. Welcome. I think once I get my setup going, and perhaps if I can just stay in my Quest 3 the whole time, then I may just start working in VR in Resonite. We'll see, though. That could get nauseating, perhaps. I don't know what a full day of doing that feels like. All right, client work, Zoom, Blender. Lorian. But yeah, we're in a new place, Corn, and everyone else out there, we're in a new apartment now. I've got a whole bunch of space. Perhaps too much space. There's even a couch over here, too. But no Lux. No Lux, unfortunately. So, well, hopefully we'll be getting her sometime soon, but not yet. A space for shenanigans. Nice. Yeah, I'm pumped. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Volpsy. Yeah, I got, and then it's basically one big room. There's a kitchen over there. It has a lot of space here. It is kind of in the middle of nowhere, though. I can actively hear chickens and cows on the other side of that wall over there. They're not on my property, but, or not my property, but they're they wake me up now. Depends on how strong your VR legs are. I spend many full days in February working Resonite without any nausea, but I'm a pretty heavy VR user. I think that's my game plan now, has become to become the one. Give me the brain stab. I mean, since your work from home, it's a great thing being away from the crowds. It is. It really is. Yeah. A little bit of nature out here. Why did I open him up again? I wanted to look at his bone structure. Show me your bones. The spine is perfectly straight. And of course that would cause the hip issue. Duh. I really should have seen that coming. They need to be offset like this. Oops. Need a new job, also work from home would be nice. Hey, so I'm just throwing this out there. Again, I'm going to be saying this a lot. For anyone that's interested in collaborating on Gumroad products, or even is looking to learn how to make this kind of stuff, I will teach you how to make things if we make Gumroad products together while I teach you. So if anyone's interested in that, I would almost treat it like an apprenticeship of sorts. So y'all are interested in that, I'd be excited to explore that, because I think Gumroad opening up their stuff. About the Gumroad thing, I'm going to send you one of my models to take a look at. I'm kind of stuck. Absolutely. I wish I had time to do such things. Well, if I'm able to, if we get a lot of attention on these kinds of projects that we're doing, the possibilities of turning it into money and a career certainly becomes more doable, at least a paid hobby. It'd be cool for music videos. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I just want to foment a community in Resonite with a lot of skills and a lot of interest in collaborating. That's my main goal. I want to see a bunch of people making stuff together, some fashion. Okay, so maybe that will help chest here. And then there was a YouTube video. It's basically the entire Resonite community already, which is why I'm excited to be stepping in there. Like it genuinely seems like people are happy to collaborate and want to see cooler things. Whereas with VR chat, it's like people seem very content to just stare at a mirror all day. I want to do things. And that is that's my hot take for the day. Gotta go to my dashboard, my playlists. So welcome again. You fit right in, I'd say. Well, thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. And I do appreciate your offer of helping out learning things. Today I'll probably be focusing on VR chat, but I would love to pick your brain on how to make certain things like dice rollers, tools for D&D and stuff. So, and if you have any worlds where there might be prefabs already, I would be, or saved inventories, I would love to know. Good old Mirror Dwellers. I only have experience selling on Booth, but may consider doing Gumroad stuff too. I think the more places you're in, the better. That generally seems to. I'm on Gumroad, I'm on Booth, I'm on anything I can sink my teeth into. Is just the name of the game. Where's my playlist? Where are my playlists? VR chat. Where is it? Man, YouTube as a website is very hard to find exactly what you're looking for. Just give me my VR chat playlist, please. That's probably it there. Happy to help. Just need to find a time that works. Absolutely, absolutely. I made DM you as well, or there's the Resonite Discord, so I don't have to. Hopefully, I won't pester you. I will try to avoid that. There's someone who made some VR chat. VR chat full body. Oh. What's the Steven Universe character? Garnet? No, it's the green little green girl name. That's I'm looking for a specific tutorial. Air chat. Peridot, yes. I think that's it. Maybe is that it? I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched Steven Universe. I can search this over here. VR chat. VR chat. There we go. VRC avatars. I would have thought I would have saved it. The creator is Kung. Kung. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly what I was looking for.
Hi, I'm Kung. You might
Let me make sure this is your most recent video. Last video was 4 years ago. Okay.
know me from.
This is one of the other ones I'm experiencing, the shifting down. Gotcha.
Hey, but if it was way too fast, next up is the full walkthrough.
Cool. Okay. Very useful stuff. Not too much I need to change right off the bat, though. I'm gonna sit down, though. Time to sit down. Oh. Partied too hardy last night. What's in the mug? Caffeine. Big cup of joe. So the shoulders are definitely sagging. Make a little tab here for Lorian. Oh, 429. So we've got shoulder sag. We've got the chest pushing down, and then legs are too long. Right. So the first one, I believe, was addressed in here. They had a shoulder sag.
First, let's talk about fixing proportions. In order to do that, though, we need to talk about the user real height setting. User real height in your VRChat settings menu is a value that simultaneously controls two different things: world
All right, well,
scale
this is what
and
we're going to be
vertical
doing this
position.
morning.
The goal of the setting is to be a single-step process to help fit any avatar to your body. It does this by scaling everything to match the length of your avatar's arms to your real arms, and then moving everything up or down to match your avatar's eyes, or specifically the view position you set in Unity, matching it up with where your real-life standing height should be. So despite the setting's name, the overall scale is actually set based on arm length. The avatar's height, or in other words how far down the floor is, will just end up wherever it has to once it's shifted so that your avatar's view position matches your standing height. It's useful to understand this intuitively, so let's take a look at what happens when we change stuff. If you increase the user real height value, it'll assume you're bigger, and scale the whole world bigger to match your assumed larger body. It'll then vertically shift the world up, so that the avatar's view position targets the higher value you set up there. Whether the effect of the larger scale makes the floor go down, or the effect of the game's automatic vertical shift is going to target our fake height value. Fortunately, that's a simple thing to fix with OpenVR Advanced settings, and I'll show you how to do that later in the video. Markers on our body, on top of our avatar, with the avatar set to the correct scale so its torso matches us. That way, we only need to scale the legs and arms, and everything else will match. For that, we'll need a mirror. Okay, now that I have a mirror and a camera ready, I need to adjust the scale of my avatar to match my real body. To do that,
Is this video from before you could set scaling based on wingspan or real height in VRC? I think so. Yeah, it's from 3 years ago. So I think it'll still be good for me to get Zoom's IRL proportions. So I'm gonna get that. That's for something I need. Zoom IRL proportions. Obviously, do not send those to me over chat. Is this video from before? Oh, I read that.
I'm going to open the calibrate menu and put my controller on my shoulder and my other controller down here. I can see that my avatar's torso is smaller than my real torso.
Hello,
So
Snarkin. Hello, welcome.
I need to adjust my avatar to be larger. I'll use the user real height setting to make it larger. Increasing the user real height made my avatar larger, but let's open the calibrate menu so I can see my controllers again. I can see now when I put my controller on my shoulder that there is a vertical offset, and I need to use OpenVR Advanced settings to fix this.
This is old. This is too old.
If you don't
Too old. I think the bones probably will be fine. Bone fixes, but that was.
I actually recommend putting.
I'm taking a look at Lorien because there's some discrepancies on the full body tracking. So we're looking into what's needed to fix that.
The model in T-pose to prevent an issue with sagging shoulders. So let's look at how to put the model in T-pose now. First, zoom into your shoulder bone and press Alt-B to make a selection box that will hide everything outside of the box. Now let's look at the shoulder bone from side on by pressing numpad 3. Select the bone and zoom in. We're going to press R and Y to rotate around the Y-axis, and line up the head and tail of the bone so the bone is pointing straight at the camera. There we go. Let's press Alt-B again to unhide the selection box. Now to straighten the arm, select the arm, press Alt-B again to make a new selection box around the arm,
Do I need to T-pose though? Is that the only way to fix that? Because I have a T-pose here.
Numpad 3 to view from the side, R and Y to rotate around the y-axis, and again, line up the head and tail of the bone. That looks pretty good. Let's press Alt-B again to unhide that selection box. Now we want to copy these values to the other side of the body. Okay, paste those values on the other side. Make sure that when you're copying bone
Good old
transforms to
art
the other
of
side of
rigging,
your
yeah.
armature, that the settings for inherit scale and rotation, etc. are all the same on the other side.
The shoulders sagging basically just mean that the arms are not long enough. That's all that really means. Because, yeah. Yeah, so I think that's what I'll need. I'll need proportions in order to, yeah. That's what we're going to base this off of. Get the proportions of Zoom. Sorry, Zoom, not to put you on the spot, but I think this is what I'll have to do for all full body tracking avatars moving forward. Get the full your proportions, make sure I understand that, and then adjust the sizing of my avatar. So and then we'll do that as the initial attempt to fix things, and then we'll discuss any further needs after that. I think I'm going to send him this message as well. I think getting eye height and wingspan is a good practice. Absolutely. So I'd want height, shoulder height, wingspan, hip height. Oh, and then that should be everything. Height, shoulder height, wingspan, hip height. Wow, hip height, and shoulder to finger length. I think that should be good. For VR Abbeys, no matter what I do with them, I never feel it's perfect anyway. I also did the whole measure of my limbs for full body Abbey once and didn't feel it paid off. But that was me just messing around, so no expert level stuff. I think for me, the main thing will just be to ensure that the hips, it's really the leg and arm length, I think, are going to be the main thing. Because I think that's what's creating these other symptoms we're seeing in the avatar. But yeah, that's what I'll leave there. And we'll come back to that at some other point. And just going through my stuff here. Shields. Oh, let's download that from Arctic. RP. Shields. Ah. I wonder how I will ever share games if I ever make any. Hi, here's an EXE I made. Can you give me feedback? Scam. I think you could just upload it on Itch afterwards. I think Itch is a great way to do it. It's really easy to swap out builds on Itch. So if you upload something, like even just to test, even just to share it with other people to test, I would probably still use Itch. How's the new place, Sam? So far, so good. This is day two. Day two. Um, I miss having Lux. I keep like opening up food or looking around expecting Lux to be there. So other than that, it's really nice though. The drive's gonna be nuts though. I have D&D tonight with some buddies, and it's gonna be like an hour drive to get there. I feel like measuring from palm to palm would be slightly more accurate than fingertip to fingertip in VR, since that's where your controllers would be. And finger length doesn't really matter, even though the difference is probably negligible. I'll get the hand length and hand, hand length. Finger to wrist. Easy solution, cat. I thought about it, but then I was like, because I think most likely they're gonna get a dog, and at that point I'll probably inherit Lux. Um, and so it's like, I'll just I'll let them have. I gotta be patient, and then the cat will be mine. Okay, so we'll leave it there on Lorien until I get some of that additional information. And then I think that will be the best way to fix everything, or get most of it fixed. Next, we needed to look at face tracking for Kai. Should be able to do that on stream. Well, actually, the real question is, what is the solution that we need to look at? So if I go to here and we're looking at OSC Smooth. Just taking notes here. OSC Smooth or face track. Yeah. All right, so created smoothed out animations that mimics iCase sync on avatars for OSC controlled parameters. Wow, this is a lot smoother. Oh wait. OSC smooth applied to face track. But is it? This is help to convert your existing parameter-driven animation setup to be smoothed out over the network. This isn't a. This is not a face tracking software. Let me double check. Only works on only OSC Smooth Gen. My robot uses that and 100% works. Looking over the OSC Smooth. I'm not sure. quite understand. So supposedly this is related to face tracking, but I don't see. I can just see that all it does is sync things better to create smoother face track, but it's not. It doesn't actually do face tracking. It's just to help with things that are getting tracked. Filters out the new face tracking data, I guess. So all it does is take a parameter and it smooths it. So you can do it with any parameter. So I'm assuming people are using it with face tracking, but you can. It's more of a general thing. It's not a face tracking solution. So perfect. Okay. Definitely see how that would might make things look better. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Face tracking definitely has a little bit of a jittery quality to it. um, all right, so we're just going to hold off on those two changes till we get more. Oh, oh, and then Diggy sent me your character, so let's take a look. 2024. If we're going to be doing more work together, then I'm actually going to go into this collaborations folder, extract it, and we're going to put it just up here. So it's one of my main folders. And make another Diggy meow. Oops, meow. Meow. And take a look. So Diggy was saying that this avatar was not working properly. And just in case, I'm sure it's fine, but let's save. Oh yeah. All right. So it looks to me like you are using Rigify, which is not too bad. Not a bad way to do it. But exporting from Rigify might be a little bit more challenging. I do not have Rigify installed. So let me close this. Don't save. Open up Blender separately. That face rig isn't Rigify default though. Gotcha. We'll go ahead and get Rigify. Boom. And then reopen cat. Reopen the cat. Which I'm pretty sure it was working fine, but what I wanted to double check is if there's different export options, which I don't see. What I want to know is what does an exported skeleton look like? Because I want to scroll up, see what Diggy's comment was. Kind of stuck. Okay. It looks good to me, though. All right, well, we'll leave it there, and I'm going to send him a message. Hey, Diggy. What's the issue you're encountering? All right, so we'll leave that there. Good stuff. And I don't have a Sharpie, do I? I want a Sharpie. Give me a Sharpie, please. Oh, perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to be making a few notes for myself, my current queue. I like to do big post-it notes, put them on my on my wall. So first will be for Kai and Zoom. Put this here. Looks like Kai did respond. Oh, well, I just can't use the software on one. That's right. Now, headsets I have isn't designed for external software, so I need solution, and OSC smoothing was one of them. Gotcha. Use it with them. And okay. Sorry, I am responding to a lot of different things right now. This morning is mostly just the behind the scenes more. What would be the right term for that stuff? Like communication. This is what a lot of freelance stuff actually looks like for the most part. Did I message that person I was supposed to? No. Whoops. My way. Okay. And then perfect. So I think what I'd like to do now is what my students always hate with a passion. Just the technical, like organizing slash planning. It is the worst. It is the hardest part. I just want to get to the fun stuff. Let me push things around with my mouse. I just want to skull. They just want to go ham for from the start, typing code instead of thinking what they are going to make. There is a lot to be said for working on something where like you don't have to think. There's a, or what I'm trying to say with that is like it is useful when I'm working on things for myself to just go I just have to commit. Like I can only spend so long trying to come up with an idea because if I let that time frame for like oh what am I going to make, the longer that is sometimes the harder it is to actually make a decision. And as a student especially because you don't really know what you want. I was a very indecisive student. So, since we have some time this morning, I'd like to go back to, well, not go back to, but I'd like to work on my first product for this week that I'm going to be coming out with and selling is a skull. And I'm quite proud of it. I think it came out really well. And so I'm going to try to get this done today. I didn't need to open Photoshop. I did want to open the Blender version. I think it's coming out really well. If I go to the high poly here, I think it looks pretty dope. I have the closed version too. Oh, well, that's with the current textures. Actually, the old textures. Then looking good. Thank you, Snardo. Yeah, the multi-res is so nice because it's like, oh, I can just go back and change everything really easily. Perfect. I have to. Oh, I applied that. Ah, balls. I messed up my my drivers. I messed them up. That's okay. We will delete the driver, set it to 1. Oh, I have to do this manually for all of these. No. Multi-res for all your problems. Bing bong ad time. Wait, you're already ahead of me. Multi-res is the best. I can't believe I slept on it for so long. I probably would not have experimented with it as soon as I did unless you had been without your advocating. Without your advocating for multi-res, I don't think I would have tried it as soon as I did. Hello, Pablo. Welcome. I did move. I am now in a larger space. We got so much room for activities here, which is pretty cool. There's actually a lot more space here. I'll do a little pivot. So there's the door over there, and then over on the other side is the kitchen. And so beautiful. Well, thanks. I'm quite happy with where I ended up. I think it's going to be very, very conducive to my goals of VR D&D. Did you become rich? No. I am renting. Just fell into a very good deal that I could not pass up. But I did not become rich yet. Obviously, next year I'll be mega rich. Rip. Ripperoni. No. That's pretty good, actually. Kind of tempted to bump this up one more level. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bump these up all. Oh, yeah. Got selected. Nice. I want to make hair in Blender. I've been looking that up a lot the past few days. So, oh, Pablo, I'm sharing this with everyone that's learning Blender right now. So sorry to repeat for everyone else out there, but if you are interested in me teaching you how to make assets, so this is an open offer. If anyone wants to make Gumroad assets, I will teach you how to make them, like as in like apprenticeship style, helping you with any problem you encounter, for a split of the revenue, which I think is a little fair, but I just thought I'd let you know that that offer exists. So, because my goal is to start making more and more assets for D&D, and I kind of want to tempt people to help me make those assets. So, I think that's kind of a good trade-off. Is I'll help you make assets, teach you how to do it, and we try to push forward the making the D&D assets. But anyway, so that's out there. That's my offer. That's my offer. Right, I deleted the skull. So duplicate, send this to the low poly v2. Bam. This went to 2. How much time do we split? For how much time? It'll probably be like just however long it takes, really. And it really comes down to involvement. Like if I have to get in and start working, then I would probably increase that split. So it can really only be determined by the end. It's like, how much work did you do? How much work did I do? But if it's just me exchanging information, like, oh, you're stuck on a problem. This is how I would solve this issue. And then, oh, how do you, like if I'm just providing information, I'll say like 10%. So on Gumroad, that'd be like a 10% split. And then the more involved I get, the higher up it could go. But if it is just like helping you solve problems, I think that it's kind of that sounds reasonable to me. But I guess I'm open for discussion because I'm not really sure what to expect. Anyway, hopefully that answers your question. And we'll export here. Bam, bam. So I make Blender commissions. Isn't that another thing you'd still take half of? That's a tougher one. Again, it really just depends on what involvement you need. Like if it was like, hey, I'm really stuck on this problem, can you download the file, see what's going wrong? Maybe like $10 for debugging. $10 for a debugging issue. If I had to go in and manually work, that would probably change. Depends. Sorry, not to be vague, but I just that's a good question. Yeah, I think like if you're really stuck, like $10 to go in, fix that issue completely, or at least give you the information you need in order to fix it. Probably even less. If it's just like pointing you to a YouTube tutorial, like I'd probably just do that for free. Because I want to learn how to make characters and I don't. And like I don't do Gumroad. So my thought is like if you make I only make Robux commissions because I'm a kid. Well, fair. Well, if you're a kid, then I'd prefer to just give you advice then. But if you're kind of I think that would be like, yeah, I wonder what the labor laws on that would say. Interesting. If you're just looking to get into it, I'll just give you advice. If you're just looking for advice, I'm like, hey, I'm stuck on this, that's fine. If you want to make assets with me, then I'll get more involved and we'll discuss breaking up payment. But I definitely have to think about I don't know what labor laws look like in that situation. This is messy. Why is it so... Hmm. Shouldn't it be behaving differently? That's not working quite right. Interesting. I don't know how to make characters at all, so you would basically need to carry me. It's not labor, it's an internship, a trainee, a student. That's why I'm more interested in splitting revenue, because I feel like that's fair. But when it comes to commissions, yeah, that might be a little trickier. So I'm going to time for me to head home. BRB sounds good, Zoom. I'm like 16. I'm not that much of a kid. Fair. That's definitely entering a part-time job. But so I'm going today, at some point today, I'm going to start brainstorming the setting for the D&D world. And I'm going to need a lot of characters for that world. So basically, once I have that list of characters, if you want to take on making one of those characters, I will give you my base at model that I'm using to make these avatars. And you'll be able to adjust it, move things around, and start making a character. And I'll guide you through that process, how I would do it. But it'll be a character for my project and one that I plan on selling on Gumroad. And then you'll just need to be able to make a Gumroad account, and then we can split the revenue that way. I think that sounds fair, but I suppose time will tell. Oh, this displace has a texture. That's what's going on. There's a texture in the displace. That makes way more sense. Zero. Boom, boom. How many characters do I need to sell in Gumroad? There's not there's no quota. Just that when we make a character and put it out there, we would set it up. But certainly, it just depends on how much time you put in. Also, if Henry's new rig works out, I'm thinking of making him available for free for people to play with. Hey, that's awesome, Snardom. That'd be cool. You do a little like Resonite tutorial with them. How to rig an avatar. And then I also have to slap on a triangulate or fixed alternate in order to prevent some of this coming through. All right, that looks really good. So if I learn to make characters with your assistance, I need to give you my Gumroad revenue for life. No, just for that one product. Just for that single product. If you make characters for yourself and I don't help you with that at all, those are your characters. That's your money. I'm a greedy rat. Even if I don't do Gumroad, I have to think about it. Well, no, oh, sorry for the confusion on stuff. No, you're totally fine, Kai. Hello, welcome. I think people are using that asset for face tracking, but it's not a face tracking asset in and of itself. So people are probably using it part of it, but I just need to double check the full process there. But yeah, no, my goal is I would rather so sorry, my camera's all messed up. But ideally, what I want to be able to do is train up a bunch of people around me to be making avatars alongside me. Not that we would be splitting things, but like we could have something like we each make a character for a bundle of characters. But just like a very collaborative environment that you can, of course, pursue your own thing. But I think if we start making RPG stuff, like VR RPG stuff, something people desire, then there's going to be an endless desire for content, and I think we can use that to our advantage. Or I'm good with it, but no sussy models. That's totally fair. I mean, my goal is D&D stuff, so it's not as risque as most VR chat. Well, I misunderstood. I thought you were taking 50% of my character's profit and Gumroad. No. Just like if I did 50% of the work, then it'd be in that spot. But if it's like me just helping guide you through things, it would just be maybe 10 to 15% for that one product, no other ones. But I think it's kind of a fun way to break things up, you know. What's the right fun way to break things up? It's a fun way to collaborate. I'm excited by that, and that's what really excites me. I think that there's a lot of good models for sharing knowledge and revenue with everyone. Together we shall become Asset Machine and fight the AIs for dominance. I'm going to be a pro modeler student for free. That's crazy. I suppose so. Well, yeah, I think, and I want to make it easy for people to come in to learn things and learn on their own time. Because I just think that the things I want to do, we need as many people as we can get, and I don't like gatekeeping this knowledge because I learned it from other people for free. I'd be happy to share as much as I can for for a decent amount of for something I think that could reward all of us in the most direct sense. Anyway, you get the picture. That's my pitch. That's my pitch. And yeah, absolutely. Cornfather, definitely feel free to reach out too. Super intrigued with doing more of this, getting more people involved. More. All right, I want to start. Well, okay. Well, I have to come up with a list. But generally, the goal is to make like a general D&D asset. So imagine very classic medieval fantasy, Lord of the Rings stuff. So if you want to admit, like, if there's something in that space that you want to make that comes to mind right away, then we can go with that. I hope we can still fix Gen. I did send Robot to show you what they're using. Also, it sounds like you guys are gonna have fun. I'm very excited. Of course, everyone is welcome. You know, we can get this is supposed to be as open as possible. Open source community, something like that. Oh shit, that should have been the cage. Skull. Cage. Export. And then boom, 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 go. Oh, also need to send one of these without a material for a moment. I think I want to make like a Final Fantasy character model. It would be cool for me to learn how to make that. Absolutely. Well, then I'm going to, if you would like to use my base, do you have AutoRig Pro, Pablo? I feel like you do, but I'm not sure on that. No, okay, that's totally fine. Um, okay, so going to make a Gumroad page. I wonder if I could just send this to you directly. We'll do Gumroad for now. Oh, it's making me log in. It's making me log in. There we go. Okay. Um, so Pablo, I'm gonna send you my. Is this you? Yeah, it must be. You just sent me a friend request. Perfect. I'm gonna send you my base model. Should just be this file that you need. Bam. Any guidelines for what style and poly count / texture resolution the assets should be? I think that generally, I'm kind of going for like realism, like a high level of realism, um, and that's probably what I'll encourage for most assets because I think we can get away with things that are, um, oh yeah, that are that look highly realistic. So I think Dark Souls or Final Fantasy. That's kind of the direction I want to go, and I think that's kind of what I will offer as where the level I'm going to try to teach people to get to. Um, put on the oven. What was that? So I think we'll have a yeah. I think we'll try to shoot for high level realism, and don't worry about that as like if I will teach I will try to provide as much as I can to teach people to get to that point or help it cross that line no matter what. Because I want to treat it like an apprenticeship. Like, hey, we're going to make this thing to the highest level we can, and I'll share as much as I can while we make that together. Sounds nice. I think so. I really like the idea. And here is my base avatar template. What I use to start sculpting. So I think recently I should have on my channel. I go to my YouTube studio. There's me. That's me right there. I got my content. Go to my lives. Should have had one where I was making a character recently. Yeah, that was it right there. Good morning, everyone. Oh, oops. Good morning, everyone. Nope. No, that's not it either. Nope. Did I not stream it? I would have been so sad if I didn't stream it. Awesome. Inflammation or crap. Okay. Well, I was gonna send the video to you, Pablo, but I don't think I have me actually starting an avatar from scratch on my stream. No, I guess I did that off stream. Okay. Well, I will do a clip going over how I use that file, and we'll make a little video at some point later today to test that. So. All right, perfect. But for now, we're going to focus on getting this skull finished. We're going to get this skull finished. Gonna get this skull finished. I don't see it clipping here. Did I not update the high poly version? Bam. So this is like kind of one of the assets that I'm talking about, like the skull. Like I'm gonna sell the skull here, on a few sites, and so like in the future, if if I had collaborated with someone on this, then we would split it or something like that. Split the revenue. I think you all get the idea, but just in case. In the right folder. Product, skull, substance. Yes, I am. But maybe not. Let me double check. Aha. That's what it is. Bam. We're just using the standard displacement, which is no good. No good at all. All right. So. There we go. This should bring back my texturing work. There we go. There we go. And we did some looks wrong. Cancel. Because it is wrong. I think. Product skull. No, that's all the right folder. Okay. Why is the nose all messed up? And invert. There we go. Get rid of some of the stretch in there. I don't know who that is. Okay, this is the standard skull again. And this is the cage again. It's the right folder. Aha. I am using the wrong high poly one though. Okay. They're all in the same spot. Oh, struggling with this one for some reason. Bam, bam, bam. High poly. Export again. Back to here again. Why the discrepancy? There. Still messed up. Or no. This is just some incorrect assignments. There we go. The eye sockets look a little weird. They look a little weird. There's some kind of overlapping. Can't quite tell what that is. In here. And on the edges. There should be a squiggle. Should be a little squiggle squaggle. Like these right here. We're exporting there to the right one. This is in the right folder. This is in the right folder. 4K. See the bumpy. See the bumpy right here. I guess I do see it. Just very faint. So something that I've done is getting rid of that info. Or at the very least, I would like to bring it back. So, do template. Cool. And we'll call this AO shadow. Add a generator. In the generator, we'll drop an ambient occlusion. We'll invert. And that looks weird right here. This seems broken. Something about gotcha. They are positioned differently. So I think that in my low poly, we'll get rid of that one. Go back to the high poly, duplicate it. Actually, no. Before I duplicate it, make sure I hit apply base. Then duplicate and send this to the low poly V2. And now when I go back to 2, yes, the eye sockets are in a better spot. But my displacement's now gone, so we have to bring that back. And we have to bring back a triangulate, set to fixed alternate. Oh, and then we also need to make sure this displace is the bone alpha removed. So that's what was messing me up before. Bone alpha. Sigma's duty. It's not. Well. Too much. That's too much. Okay. Now, once again, export our cage and our standard. Save the project. Loading, loading, loading. Bake the project. Much better. Much, much better. Much, much better. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. But it's the wrong material. God damn it. That's why I was confused, because I was changing the baking settings for one material and then we switched back to a different material. Duh. That makes way more sense. Way more sense. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Means our AO shadow. What we're bringing in right here. That's why it looks kind of dusty. Make it darker. Really want to bring out these lines on the head. That's kind of my main hope here. So well, that looks like a skull. I think. Good. Yes. And then we'll do another template, which we'll call gray. Bam. Yeah, should put this one just right here. Why not? Exactly what I'm looking for. Gorgeous. Oh yeah, that helps so much. Guess I could set it to linear dodge too. Yes. All right, thinking that's looking a lot more realistic. I love it. Then for our teeth, we've got this shadow that we're hitting them with. Excuse me. All right. Export the textures to textures. We'll call this one clean. Clean skull. Cool. Then we go back here. We can take our shading, flatten skull. This is my old version of the textures, which we can go ahead and select all of them, delete them, Control Shift T, up, over, grab all these. Smoothness there, and then invert color to the reference. There we go. Not bad. I feel like the teeth could be glossier. Like we could use a little bit of shadowing where the teeth touch. So to do that, we're going to do another series of exports. So we'll take this, export. It's just the standard skull. We'll go up one folder. We'll make a new folder, actually. Skull closed or clipping. Go. And this will be skull clipping. And this is skull clipping page. And then go here. It's the skull clipping high poly. Bam. All that so we can make a new file. Loading, loading, loading. Loading, loading, loading. Now that we've got that, we can do file. Or first, let's save it. Skull clipping v1, and then mode fake. We want a 4K map. Fake. All we really want is the ambient occlusion out of this. So file, export. Mask. I guess it's just document channels with no alpha. Save. Then we go back to our other skull. And we can go way up top. Actually, we're here. We'll add a fill. In the fill, we'll drop in this mixed ambient occlusion, which will be an alpha in this project. And we can drop right here. Boom. Set it to inverse subtract or subtract something. Now it's going to get rid of stuff. I think it needs to be on its own channel here. And we'll give it an invert. Okay. And all of that is so that these pieces that intersect actually get shadowed. See, right here, just turn it on and off really quick. And we can add another fill on top. Noise. Set to subtract. And that's just lessen the intensity of it. And then one more filter to blur with a linear dodge. All right, export these. And then if I go back to Blender, we'll go ahead and just hop back and forth between these. There we go, yeah. You can see the teeth look a lot more natural because we're getting these smaller shadows in there. Cool. Whoa. Ugh. Hmm. Look at that stream. It's kind of shiny in the edges there. Is inverting the color. And this should be set to smoothness. Oh, I think that looks good. That looks like a skull, right? Nom, 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 nom. So I think we will package this up into Unity. I would like to get this onto an avatar or set it up so we could add this to an avatar really easily. And then I'm going to put it on Gumroad. Time to stand up. I'm going to get some more coffee. I'll be right back. I don't have to go very far. Okay, I'm back. Nice coffee maker's right there now, so that's a bonus. I want to throw this in Resonate. I want a shatterable version, so you throw it and it like breaks apart. That'd be so satisfying. Cool. Okay. Now we've got Painter open. I want to, I guess, just make a new folder for it. Right back. Oh yeah. Stop it. I already have enough projects. My hands don't dare take on more because I will. I just imagine you saying that, pointing into the mirror. This guy. Why does he keep doing this to me? Hmm. School holidays though, good stuff. Not used to it. Got a whole week off. Oh, that's nice. Chilling, villain. Do still need a bit of prep, but still. So going straight into another semester. That's exciting. It's really still called Avatar. Oh, Unity takes so long to do certain things. It's wild. It's wild. Okay. There we go. And now we get the FBX file, export, FBX, VR chat with mods. And Skull. I just wish I could get more involved in visuals. Maybe, but maybe once the game department takes off, fingers crossed, you won't need any coding interns right now, do you? It has. Oh, hello, Reku. Welcome. Hi, I've been a minute. Hope you're doing well. Same to you, Reku. Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate the shout out on Twitter the other day. I've been moving, so I just caught a glimpse of it. We're at a new place now. Got a full apartment here. It's pretty exciting. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff in here. Cool stuff. But welcome. Right now we're making a skull, because I think people will like it. People like skulls. Stuck on this. Looks nice. Didn't you move last year too? Very relatively recently, I moved it's like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now. Well, actually, no. Yeah, it was pretty much like a year and 2 months or something like that. Anyway, yeah. Coming up on a year. But yes, basically I'm back at the previous place, but it's just me here this time. And I like it. I like it a lot. I'll be moving sometime soon myself, I think. Rent keeps going up and my landlords suck. Yeah. Fuck rent. Fuck rent. The world we live in. It's a cursed place. Excuse me. My God. Oh, excuse me. Well, what we've been trying to do here on the stream, you may get a kick out of this, Areku, is we're going to be trying to do a lot of like D&D in VR recently or lately. So that's like been our kind of our go-to maintenance flooded my apartment building by leaving the sink up on the third floor. Kind of just said, deal with it when I complained. Would have messed up all our electronics had I not been awake to put pots in leaks. My goodness. That is definitely negligence. And that is absolutely something you can sue over. um, yeah, we've been working on in Resonite. That's been our kind of our main space that we've been working in lately. But it's been going really well. I'm quite excited. I think we'll have a lot of cool things to show for it very soon. By the end of this week, really. Look at that head. Look at his head. Look at that head. Look at his head. Oh, I haven't added shadows. That's why it looks a little odd. No shadows yet. Cool. Hey, cool. I have no idea how big is a normal skull. This might actually be too big. Skull size. Average male skull size. Circumference. "20 centimeters from top to bottom." Oops. Let's see. Here's a cube. All right, a little big. We can go ahead and delete this collection, this one. Just have the skull now. Ew. Maybe a little bit bigger. Right there. I told myself just one more round of Mario Kart like 45 minutes ago. I'm stuck on the track. Never really counted, but you usually have one rig in your scene per Abby with auto rig. Do you have like split rigs like you'd have with Rigify? No, all one rig in auto rig. And I try to keep it one armature per Blender file. Blender, it gets a little annoying working with armatures when you have more than one. Depending on how you want them named and stuff. Yeah, just I just like to have standard naming conventions, and it gets a little tricky with a Jeff. I didn't realize I had that up. Current workflow has three rigs. That's a lot of rigs. A lot of rigs. Why are the teeth missing? Oh, they're just over here now. Weird. I guess I could just combine them now. No, I don't want to combine them. I do want them offset. I want it like this. Like this. But why are these offset? Not me making multiple rigged mimics in one file. Nope. One meta, one control, one deform. Export game rig with the mesh. Interesting. Fully non-destructive though, so you can edit the core and regenerate. Gotcha. It seems to be the promise a lot of companies of all the workflow changes that Blender's done recently. Why are they over here? I guess I do need to apply them in the sense of the mirror. The mirror. So I'm actually, yeah, I'm going to combine them. Apply the mirror. And then separate by loose parts. So these should be parented to this one. And then all of these should be parented to this one. Then we want to set the origin to geometry for all of them. Okay. They're still over here. That looks really good, actually. Really love how that. I feel like that's a pretty realistic skull. Nice. But the position is really messed up. Let's go back and rename this too. Call this jaw. This should be skull. I guess I could name all of these if I really felt like it, but no. I don't feel like it, actually. Still a little unsure as to why these would be messed up. Would become a dentist, but I already have a job. Everything's scaled properly. Things in the right spot. Hello, Sky. Hello, welcome. Nom 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 nom. We're working on this skull right now. Getting it sorted, getting it set up. Yes, we're in the new apartment now. A lot of space. A lot of space. Quite excited by that. Should have a lot we're able to do. Where's the jacuzzi? I wish. I mean, this is pretty much the whole apartment right here. Looks peak. It's a good fit. It is a good fit for what I'm hoping to do here. Make a studio. Not really like a game studio, but my personal studio. All right, I don't know why this is exporting weirdly. Why are the teeth over here? No one knows. No one knows. I guess we'll just try separating them or clear the parent. Then send it out again. They got knocked out. Excuse me. Okay, we moved them out. Can I put them back? No. Okay. With keep transform. What the fudge? Interesting. It really just does not want them nested that far. Um, Alrighty. Sure, keeping things low poly and adding just a few more teeth is real. I don't disagree. Okay, so now for these teeth, I'm going to add Fury. Um, which I guess apply during upload. What is it? Armature link? How do I combine them? This feature will attach a prop with or without an armature to the avatar. What's the preferred format for Resonite assets? I see we can import blend files. Materials seem to import as well from the blend file. Blender's good. Their preferred 3D format, especially over FBX, is GLTF. Which I don't have too much experience with. That seems like a good one. It seems simpler, honestly, than an FBX format. I mean, at least I hope that's the case. Thought there was a way to combine objects. VRC Fury. I mean, that's fine. If I can't, then whatever. We'll just combine them all. Boom. Control J. Ooh. It's still got the multi-res on. That's fine. Why? Bam. People want to make the other version. I'll have to do it. Oh. And not too much I want to do with that version of the material, but it would be cool to make like a crystal one. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Thinking making chests open and close anim. Ooh, very cool. Oh, so Sky. So one thing that I've been mentioned to a few people already, but you were asking as well. I'm looking to work with people on making Gumroad assets. So my goal is to. You are asking about like, oh, what things might we need for the D&D? My goal will be to work with anyone who's interested to make assets for Gumroad. So like if we have a character or a sword or something and someone's looking to learn how to make those things, I'll help them from start to finish make that. And instead of paying for like a classroom or something, we would just split the revenue from that one Gumroad object. Just finished the last round of Mario Kart. Hey, no apology accepted unless you won. But anyway, so Sky, if you are interested in making assets and things like that, I'm going to be making a big list of things towards the end of today or sometime today of things that I will want for the world. But most importantly is I will also be making those, turning those into Gumroad items as time goes on. And we'll be able to split revenue for anything that we collaborate on together or work on together. I'm interested. Okay, perfect. Nice. I think it'll be very fun. It'll be a very beneficial way to work. Would the assets be on your page only? I wouldn't want people to just run away without sharing the revenue with you. I have to look into how Gumroad can split it up. I'm not 100% sure on that. GLB, GLTF is an open standard. I think we could both have it on each of our own shops and still split it and just make it clear or something like that. But there are ways for Gumroad shops to link to work together on making products. So I think should be doable, Lucius. Open standard FBX is proprietary, GLTF is newer. The software that supports it should be much more reliable in treating GLTF-based models the same way. May have some questions about how do you need the assets. Gotcha. Polycount, art style, workflow, and that stuff we'll work on together. So I think I'll be putting together a document. I'm in Resonite. I'm gonna make a world that's all the tasks. So we're gonna all the tasks I might want, and I'll set some standards there as well. But I'm again happy to work with anyone on that. For FBX, every software, from my experience, has different quirks in how it implements it and what FBX features they support. Yes, they do, which is really makes it really difficult to work with them sometimes. We'll do transparent. Oh. Maybe not transparent. But I want it to look like it's crystal or something. I guess we'll get rid of the texture. Just something like this. Awesome. Spent some time on Resonite Friday night and learned a few things. Hey, good. That's good to hear. But at the end of the day, the file format is only interesting for the process of importing. Once imported to Resonite, all meshes get converted to an internal format. That's good to know. Oh, cool. Convert like green or something. The Wise Otter. Aren't you a guide? Got the proper name in Resonite. A guide. I'm a mentor, yeah. So depending on what you're doing, it doesn't matter all that much. Resonite supports a lot of different mesh formats. From my experience working with Blender in particular, GLTF has fewer issues. I agree. I'm a mentor, yeah. Mentor. Random question for you. Can I fire to get a local host .xx from Resonite, so not external while in other worlds? Yeah, the Protoflux has HTTP get and post nodes. It will show you a pop-up the first time it tries to connect to a specific URL as a security measure. Just wondering what to do with my local AI playthings. Yes, I would love to get those hooked up and in worlds. Whether you're using that on a web address or local address doesn't make a difference. Yes. Metallic doesn't seem to make much of a difference. That's because there is no metallic here. So there's nothing to change. That's fucking cool as shit. What the hell? Look at that. Super cool. Sick. Sick. Maybe something more cracked. It's not changing. So I have to click it and then mark it. I like the circuit. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's fucking dope. was like, I'm not sure about this. Oh, okay, now I'm sure. And yes, I'm doing this. Internal surface. Oh yeah, I could do multiply or subtract. Oh, I was wondering why VS Code just died trying to open folder. Apparently my backup code is a bit overly aggressive. So you have 802,000 backup files in here. Jeez. That's not what I selected. That is not what I selected. I invert this. I returned. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're doing some fun randomness here. Kind of like the circuits more than anything else. I think that looks pretty cool. Boston Dynamics dropped a curse video. Another one? Uh-oh. Y'all, the future is gonna be fucking wild. It's gonna be so wild. I wonder how many. I think I've seen things. Imagine if that thing extended its head all the way. That would be awful. Right. It is definitely a curse. Cursed. Cursed. Never got never ending story vibes with the dog. It really does. Haunting. Takes too long to load. Takes too long to load. Okay. I feel like that looks like some odd material. Here's the whole goal. Just create one variation. Is that an obsidian skull? Basically. I think that's kind of what I wanted it to feel like, some sort of crystal. But I just want to add some variations to this. Looks sick. Well, thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, and then mat cap replaced iridescence. Excuse me. Oh, thank you. Skulls for an avatar. um, it will be available for people to purchase, or whatever they'd like. I'm just kind of goofing around with this texture. I don't really know what I'm doing there, but okay. We did want one more version, I think, which is kind of like a bloody one. Let's stand up. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some snacks. Yummy. Got some pistachios. They're so good. I think this is probably good, right? Pain to peel though. Yeah. But I knew if I got the bag of already shelled pistachios, I would eat them in like less than an hour. They're bringing the cat with you. Unfortunately, no, she is not here. Maybe in a month or two, she'll be with me. But as of right now, no. Which I'm sad about. I keep looking over, thinking like she's in here, especially when I bring out any food. So no cat cam. No. Unfortunately, no, not at the moment. Soon though. Soon. If I don't inherit Lux, then I will get a cat myself. Gonna get a little gory now. Hmm. Very laggy. And I'm so hungry. Hello, Lialgo. Welcome. We're making a skull right now. A bloody skull. Absolutely. What's your question? Substance such a time saver. It's the best. It's the best. Takes a lot of things to it, but I love it. Sorry, did someone have a question? Oh yeah, we all go. Let me know. Let me know what your question is. Oh, gotcha. Does this program need UV mapping? Yes. So if I expand this window out, you'll see that this is the UV map view in here. But yeah, UV mapping's not too bad if you do it early. Um, Generally, the process that I'm going to be teaching for how people should make objects is to make a very, very simple representation, just like a really simple box model. Rig it then, unwrap it right then, and then you use multi-res to get in the detail. Saves a ton of time, like a lot of time. A lot of To me, it's still just magic. Magic. Hello, Pixie. Skull, yes. Yes, indeed. Trying to find something to make veins with. This will probably work. Sam is becoming a necromancer. Necromancer. And we'll call this one Buddy Skull. Yummy. Boom. Boom. And we just swap out these values. Almost everything should be the same. All right. I think that's what we got. Yummy. Yeah, you guys just get to sit here and watch me eat pistachios for 2 hours. I'll be ready for that. Meet the 3 Scolatiers. I'd like to, but I need to go for a bit. Absolutely. That's totally fine. Not that I don't like pistachios, lol. They're the best. They have a bone to pick with you. They're missing a few. I need to make I'll have to make a whole skeleton at some point. Into the pond corner! All right. I think we can get these. See you later. Sounds good, guys. Catch you later. What all do we need for this? Right, enough. Enough eating, Sam. Enough. So the skull Needs a page. Needs a Gumroad page. All right, so VR Chat Skull. A detailed premium skull. Premium skull. Get your premium skulls here. What's my texture count at? Of course, we can delete some of these. I really shouldn't even export them. Add an avatar descriptor. What are my stats at? Doesn't contain an animator. That's fine. Texture memory. 17 point. So that's before we even optimize it. It's fine then. Okay. All right. Now we've done that. A premium skull. Don't be boneheaded. Get your premium skull today. Includes all assets needed to create a custom version. Tinker, Blender, Unity. Something about the skeletons just brings out the puns. Must be all the funny bone. Yummy. Get out of here. I'm gonna ban you, Zoom. Sorry. Such threats get me rattled. I see right through you, Zoom. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. You must be like a lot like the skeletons. Shaking my bones. I can't stomach the puns. Oh. Get out of here. You're fired. Dead inside. Just making me hungry, I guess. Hungry for bones. All right, so I think that package is ready to go. Oh, I just want to make some nice renders of them. I put a note for myself, 28th of October, to text you for a fairy. Heck yeah. That is exciting. My work should be down there. Do I just do screenshots here? We'll do one premium image here. Down equals close. Okay, gotcha. A lot of free time then. Kind of nice to have something seasonal. My cousin works on wine ranches, wineries, wine ranches, and he works out on the West Coast here in California, or California, United States. But since they have a down season, they can actually fly over to Australia and work the wineries there on their off season because they have like a opposite schedule. Lurking is lurking. Yes, all November, January, and February. I sell Christmas trees in December. Oh, gotcha. Uh-oh. I messed it up. Ew. All summer is ice store scooping ice all day. I'm the ice scooper. and I make ends meet. Mm, 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 mm. Make a new collection for lighting. And we're gonna make a empty sphere that will then do the tri lighting. Got so many hours over the summer, to get money the 3 month without working. Well, good. Money without working is the ideal situation. Now we go to shading, world, pop that open. Woo. And we'll do studio. And we can turn down the strength of that. Maybe sunset instead. Ah, where is it? Nighttime. All right. And then classic rim lighting. Something like view, active camera, line active camera to view. Something like this. Don't mind the bloom, but that is intense. Take another little bite. Eat me. all of the lights. We do need to make sure we have context shadows on. Much better. Much better. Go to animation. All right, that sure looks like a skull. I like that. Bam. Bam. Cool. Hmm. That's not quite right. I see. I think that looks pretty darn good. Look at all those little speckles. Those little details. Nice. And I want a gift. I would like a gift. Let's make an empty. Here. We'll call this cam rotate. Or cam rig rotator. Parent this to that. Then on this, we'll add a constraint, track to the skull. And then when we do this and rotate it, just gonna look at it. Cool. And then we'll say should be 60 seconds. First frame, it's right here. Last frame should be the same. And the middle frame, actually no, the last frame should not be the same. Last frame should be Hmm. You know what? I take it back. I'm going to delete the rig. Select the skull. And rotate it like this. And that way the lighting stays consistent. Awesome. And then we can go to our renderer output. And we'll change this to be skull spin. Accept. Switch this to video, or we could do a cache. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do PNG. Hey, Mr. Hook, Mr. Hook 2. Hello, welcome. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you for the follow. And a lot of numbers. U87. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Lialgo. Skull does not reflect light. In what way? What way? NPPO. We got a lot of bots coming in. Or are they bots? I say bots, but the random numbers. I hope you guys aren't bots, but hello, welcome. Oh, the dragon with the long tail he did last time we were here. Yes, that is Era. That is Era. And they're actually in the Discord. They just posted in the self-promotion channel. But he comes by every now and then. Shout out to you, Era. Hello. Oh wow, we're getting a ton of follows. I wonder what platform that's on. That must be Twitch. I think the skull has a reflection like glass. Right here, right now. This one does not. If you're seeing this harsh edge, that's just the sampling. So, oops. Oh man. I might mute that right now. Let's see. Go to Streamlabs really quick. See how many follows I got from this post. All right. Decent amount. 10. Seems like it's still going though. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the resub. 250 viewers right now on Twitch. Interesting. 266. Well, hello everyone. Welcome. We're working on making a skull render. What is this? Oh, the sound. that's the follows. But we're making a skull for people to be able to purchase. I'm just getting a bunch of follows. Thank you out there, anyone that's human. I can't tell if they're bots or not. Based on the names, I feel like they are. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute it, I guess. Let's mute it for now. Oh. How come I still hear it? Because I'm on Twitch at the same time, aren't I? It's still going. I guess the alert sound just comes through no matter what. Well, I'm about to go on lunch, so I guess we'll just end it here. It is raining. I think it's raining here too. All right, we're gonna make a folder called Skull Spin. Twitch setting, gotcha. And all right, I'm gonna go ahead and start an animation render. But in the meantime, thank you everyone who's been following. Hopefully I didn't miss any humans out there, but Sam is already 2 steps ahead. But it is time for me to go on lunch. So for anyone that's new here, I break my day up into 2 streams. I'm going to go ahead and eat, work out, and then I'll be back so we can finish up our skull and move on to some Resonite stuff. But thank you all for hanging out. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. Good to keep going as long as your chat is set to requiring a phone number. Ah, interesting. I may have to do that because I don't want to get banned for a bunch of bots following me. I don't know if that's a concern, but who knows. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you all have an amazing rest of your break. Again, I will be back very soon. So definitely follow and subscribe if you have not, because I'll be back very shortly. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. See you in just a little bit. Bye.